Hey friends, what's going on? This is David Potts with Song Notes, and I have a quick daily riff video for you today to feed your guitar soul, and this is a brand new song. It just dropped from Shawn Mendes and Khalid. It's called Youth, and it has this 4-chord finger-picking repetitive riff. And even if you don't know any of these two artists or you haven't heard this song before, this is a good little riff to add to your bag of tricks. It uses very interesting chord voicings that are all sort of no open chords here. It's all sort of up the fretboard. You have some mini bar chords going on, but you're only barring 2 or 3 strings, so it's really approachable, even if you haven't mastered F or B minor or any of those scary bar chords yet. So I want to do this lesson for you. We're in standard tuning. We're in no capo. Okay, I think this is one worth learning with no capo. And let me just show you what you need. It'll only take a few minutes. So first up, these are the chord shapes you're going to need. Okay, now these probably don't look like conventional chords to you. And let me explain these. Specifically these first two. You're going to be barring the 4th fret on the G string and D string. That's the 3rd and 4th string with your index finger. Okay, and I want you to put your middle finger down on the 5th fret of the B string. Okay, so 4th, 4th, 5th, 4th, 4th, 5th. And again, I'm barring, the 4th and 4th with my index finger. I'm sort of pushing it down firmly. And I have my sort of middle finger, 5th fret of the 2nd string, okay? Now the 2nd chord here, what I'm gonna do is just move my index finger toward my face 1 string, but I'm gonna bar it just the same. So it's 4th, and then technically it's 4th, 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 5th, okay? So those top 2 notes in these first 2 chords are staying the same, okay? Now the thing is, because we're finger picking, we're not gonna play the D string, the 4th string on the 2nd chord. So our thumb is gonna go from the 4th string bass note on the 1st chord to a 5th string bass note on the 2nd chord, okay? So that's the first 2 chords here. You can sort of do a finger picking thing too. Make sure they're sounding nicely, all right? But look how little finger movement is happening there. All right, and you could technically keep your hand in this position for the 2nd chord the whole time. And then you just change, all you're changing is your thumb, okay? So those are the first 2 chords. The 3rd chord is 5, 7, 7. And this is actually, you might recognize, the 5, 7, 7, 7 D major chord. This is the bottom 3 notes, like a power chord shape, 5, 7, 7. So I'm index, ring, pinky on the 5th, 4th, and 3rd string. Okay, and this next chord, it's easier to switch to than the prior ones. Look, all you're doing is you're moving your middle finger down to the 7th fret of the low E string. So 7, don't play the 5th string, and then 7, 7. Okay, so practice between those 3rd and 4th chords. Okay, so these are the chords. One of the hardest parts of the song is going to be jumping from this 4th chord back up to this 1st chord. And for me, this was hard because this 1st chord, it's not hard to play once my hands are there, but it's not in my mental vocabulary. I don't have the muscle memory build up to go to that shape, on like a quick draw scenario, right? So what you have to do is practice. You have to teach your brain, hey, this is a chord I need you to remember. I need you to be able to jump from this position to this position. And it took me, a little bit of practice to get to be able to do this. But this is the ideal. You want to be able to do that. So those are the chords you'll need. So quickly, next, let's talk about counting. We're going to be on each chord for 4 counts. Okay, so with no finger picking yet, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 again. Okay? You go back to the top and repeat. So that's like the big picture idea of counting. But now let's move into the finger picking and look at the counting a bit more granular way. So a couple things here. As you notice, the finger picking tab is written out. It looks kind of scary and crazy, right? I'll explain it, don't worry. The most important part though is this idea of the counting. Instead of just 1, 2, 3, 4, I have things broken into 16th notes. So it's 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and I show you this because it's important to understand how these sort of notes are divided up so you know where to play the finger picking riffs I'm going to show you. So if we go to that 1st chord position, okay, what we're going to do for our pattern is basically, so I played it there, basically it's thumb and middle finger first, okay? And then index alone, middle finger alone, thumb and index together, okay? So that's going to be used on every chord in the song. And you can practice this wherever you are, whether you're in your car or you're at your desk or you're waiting in line or whatever. It's really memorize that pattern. And then what you can do is train your fingers to do that. So the next time you pick up your guitar to play this song, they're ready to go. They're like, put me in, coach. I know exactly what to do. But basically, for that first chord, we're going to go. Okay, I'll repeat that. So it's thumb and middle, and then index, middle, thumb and index, okay? And then repeat that. So you're going to do the sequence twice for each chord, okay? And the counting here is the important part because we're going to be playing notes on the 1, E, N, 3, E, N. And what I mean by that is 1 E, N, 2 E, N, 3 E, N, 4 E, N, 1 E, N, 2 E, N, 3 E, N, 4 E, N. Okay, that's true for every chord. It's important to understand that sort of distribution of the notes here. But let me play the whole thing slowly for you. Okay, so check out my website, playsongnotes.com. You can find this tab, you can print it out, add it to your bag of tricks, but I want you to work out this song if you can. It's a fun one to pick up, and especially try the no capo version, because you can put a capo on, do some simpler stuff, but I really dig these no capo voicings. So I wanted to share this with you, but this has been David Potts. Thank you for watching, y'all. Have a great weekend. Let me know what songs you want to hear, as always. I'm doing new music stuff most Fridays, but I also do lots of classic stuff intermixed in between, because people like music of all different kinds, and so do I. So this is it. Have a good one. Pick up your guitar and play. Bye-bye.